Well, Gavin, a chastening 4-1 defeat at Chesham United in the end this afternoon, but I think most fans' thoughts will be on the build-up to their second goal with Mickey Parsons sending off.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a view of it. I was sat down writing something down to try and change it because we'd obviously started the second half poorly and not held by an own goal, bit of a freak own goal. A couple of minutes into I didn't have a good view, but I don't think anyone's complaining, is the truth. I think it's a high tackle. The only thing I sort of questioned with the ref was whether he actually blew up. I didn't hear him blow up, but he says he did. So the lads, I am fresh from the dressing room. I will always take responsibility for what goes on the pitch, of course, but this is one of those days, Gabe, where I'm going to put it pretty much at the players' door. I think they let the supporters down today, and unfortunately, that's not good enough for this football club. It's not good enough for me, not good enough for this football club. I just felt that whether it was 1-0 up or not, I thought we looked under par. Didn't think we were there today. I thought the first half was an extremely messy affair. What we needed to do was to hold, because we knew that with the wind they were going to change their shape and push things on, and we need to hold it and to score an own goal with no one else around you. A minute into the second half sets the tone for it, and then Mickey gets sent off, and then 2 deflected goals. I'm not denying Chesham the victory. That's certainly not what I'm doing today. I think we got exactly what we deserved from the game, through decision making, and through general play. I thought we were poor today. Is the truth. I think it becomes a non-event. For the last half an hour, of course it does. But even our reaction for the 4th goal when it comes off the bar is pathetic. It's pathetic, and I expect a lot better than that from my players, and I've told them so in there.
Indeed, how disappointing was it to concede so quickly in the second half, and also how disappointing was it to concede from multiple set pieces?
Yeah, I mean, look, we work hard on that, and it's not necessarily something we've been doing, but I can't legislate for Tommy, and by no means am I making him a scapegoat. No chance, but I can't legislate for that. It's a strange one, and that sets the tone. And then the second one is a wicked deflection, and the third one's a deflection, and what could go wrong today has gone wrong, and that's as simple as it is. The 4th one rattled me more than anything. Game's dead. Let's get it right. The game's dead. But that's the one that actually rattled me, because I looked at it and thought, well, you've got a chance to actually impact on that goal and close the ball down and shut the play, and we don't move a muscle, just almost allow it to happen, and that for me is absolutely pathetic. So we've got to have a good hard look at ourselves today, because I'm not accepting that.
We went into the break 1-2 the good. Was there a message to the players that they still weren't perhaps hitting their standards?
Absolutely, the message was exactly that. The message was that you're 1-0 up. I mean, it was a scrappy half of football, pretty even in some respects, but I just felt that we've been a lot better than that recently and lost. And to be 1-0 up is the point I'm making. Flattered us. So that was absolutely the message for them, that they need to buck their ideas up, and if anything, they went the other way.
Going forward, we've been guilty in recent games of perhaps spurning opportunities. Were you perhaps a little bit concerned that we didn't create too much this afternoon?
Well, the performance is way below par. Whether you look at it from the defensive aspect of it in our box that I've just mentioned with the 4th goal as a catalyst for that, or whether you mention the fact of going forward. I mean, look, okay, the last half an hour of the game is going to become, a non-event in some respects. But even when we had the lead, even when we should have been doing a lot better in that first 45 minutes, we weren't necessarily creating chances. So, we lost Lamar before kick-off, and obviously Tomo is 2 massive players not to have in this team. So, but those lads have been given a shirt today, some of them, and you would hope that they take it, but in some respects they haven't.
Speaking of Lamar and Tomo, and also Billy Leonard, who went down injured in that first half.
And Tosh, yeah.
Is there any update on all those conditions?
Tomo's an ongoing thing, as we know. I was hoping hoping that he would be putting himself out there today. He hasn't. Lamar really tried to put himself out there today, just tweaked his groin in training, and just was falling short really for the game. It's pointless throwing him out there because with that type of injury, it could potentially, become, a few days could, essentially become a few weeks. Billy's limped off with an impact injury, as I understand it, so we'll have to assess that over the next 48 hours. And Tosh didn't train Tuesday, trained Thursday, and we thought he was okay, but I think it looks like a reoccurrence of what he came off the pitch with last week that kept him out of training on Tuesday. So hopefully that won't be too bad, and we'll have to assess it as the week goes on. I'm so disappointed with what we've produced today. So disappointed because we're so much better than that. So much better.
Is it, as untimely as it is it perhaps an opportunity for the players to have a kind of kick up the backside ahead of a big game next week?
I'd rather they didn't. These are league games. These are points. These are crucial points to us. This is a team that was pretty much in and around us, and I don't mean that in any disrespect to Chesham. They were in and around us, and these are games that you view and you look at it and you've watched them and you think, yeah, this team can come here and certainly get something. And we've fallen well short of that today. That's the first time I've said that in many weeks, many weeks, because we've gone toe to toe with teams up the top and been all right. I will have to go away and sit down and analyse this today and work out whether it's team selection, whether we just fall short by having a couple of big players out the side to start with, or whether actually too many people have been like a 3 out of 10, and that's just the way the cookies crumbled today, because that for me, whatever the reason, is nowhere near the standard I expect for Enfield Town. And the first thing we'll look at as a management team is ourselves, myself, and see whether that is the issue. At this point in time, Gavin, I believe the players owe this club one. I know the support. That's my view at the moment.
Do you feel as though they will take responsibility?
They have in there, to be fair. To be fair to them, they've gone in there and they realise that they've let the club down today, because this is not a game that should be out of our reach. Okay, things happen in the game and it becomes out of our reach. I get that, but I just felt the performance was poor. So they have. They've gone in there. There's been a few sorries going on. I've told them what I think, and they'll have to be a lot better next week if we're going to make any or have any chance of making any progress in the FA Cup, because that for me today was so below par.
It's the best possible opportunity to make amends. I don't think we've got your reaction to the draw. Slough away.
Play like that. It's a really tough game, isn't it? It's a tough game as it is, you look at the draw and stature of teams, it could have been a lot worse in the respect of on paper, and this is the FA Cup, it's never on paper. But we know, we've been to Slough recently, we know how difficult a game it was, we know how difficult it is to come away with a result there, and we're going to have to be very good. But I do believe it's a game that we've got more than a fighting chance in. If we apply ourselves properly and team selection's right, players apply themselves properly, etc. We've got some confidence about us. But next few days for me is going to be critical in analysing what we do and where we are with injuries and stuff like that, and who actually is fitting to go out and represent the football club next Saturday in the FA Cup.
And we'll see you then. Thank you, Gavin.